Well, hello folkies and welcome back. Well, it's very windy today, as it normally is. Yeah, we've got a bit of an adventure, and I want to do a follow-up to the first post of 2025 video, where I sort of, my bladder ran me out of time of getting down to the beachfront in Ängelhom. So that's what I want to do today, is get down there whilst the sun is out. And anyway, this is a very sort of a bit of an adventure, because I am going to prove that a man can find the Klitterhus. And ooh, misses. One of the things that is quite fun when you start learning another language is that certain things sound like other things. And as you can hear from what I'm saying, we are going to go, in fact I'm going to jump this light here because otherwise I'm going to be here for bloody ages. We are going to go and find the Klitterhus in Ängelhom. What it actually is it's an old restaurant hotel, which is a pretty nice one actually. It's definitely not like, you go there for something a little bit special anyway. And it's down on the beachfront, and it was built in like I think 1920. Very, very pretty, and it's in that bay area that I've mentioned before in a few of my videos. I can't do a visual representation at the moment because I'm driving, but I will in a minute. So if you remember back to the first video, if you saw it, we're coming into like close to the town centre. That building up there is when I went to SFE for Svenska för invandrare, where I learnt for 4 hours a day to speak Swedish. You get like a free 200 hours of lessons, which is pretty cool, I think. We're pretty sort of midday now. Well, it's after midday, but so the traffic's going to be a bit more than normal. Yeah, there's the building there that I went to, Svenska för invandrare. And if you remember in the video, this was here where I turned left down to the restaurant where Beard Meat Food went and did his video, and I'll point that out. But yeah, a little adventure story. Now I'm going back into the distant past to when I first moved to Sweden and first moved to Ängelhom. And so this is like 32 years ago. I've been here just over 33 years. There's the, hold on, let me change gear. There's the restaurant where Beard Meats Food went. This is the discotheque, or was a discotheque then, called Runny River, because of the river that we're just about to go over, which is called Runny Or, and that was a 3-floor discotheque, which was pretty cool. This is Runny Or. And anyway, it had an outside bar, and you could actually pull up on a boat if you had a mate who owned a boat, and park there and go into the club, and then get on the boat and go down to the harbour. So anyway, I'd work myself in with some, I'd meet, got some friends and that sort of stuff, and there was some flirtation going on with some ladies and that sort of stuff over a period of time that had been going to the pubs and the clubs. And there was a lady there who invited me down to go skinny dipping with a group of people that were going to get some takeouts, and after the pubs closed, walk this route down to where the beachfront is, which we're going towards now. Now, I haven't been here for a long time, so I can't remember exactly where I'm going. But anyway, she said, we're all going to go skinny dipping. Do you want to come? So, yeah, crikey, when a lovely lady invites you to go skinny dipping, you sort of say yeah, don't you? and it was a lovely warm summer's evening, so I wasn't going to have any worry about cold water shrinkage, lads. And anyway, I goes, where is it then? She goes, oh, it's down at the seafront down there. We're going down to Klitterhus. And I said, what did you say? Knowing, you know, not knowing the local joke of the name of this building, she sort of smiled and realised that I was a noob, and pulled me English. She goes, don't worry, she said, I'll show you where it is. Most men can't find it anyway. It did make me chuckle. But yeah, so we got some cans and walked off down this way where we're going now. If I can remember what way it is. There's also a roundabout. Okay, hold on. Yes, that's it. I think it might be up here. Should have had my bloody GPS on, shouldn't I? Look at this lovely, that's typical sort of Swedish forest. In there's all the ants' nests and that sort of stuff. I'm waffling now. Yeah, talking to GPS, actually, there was something I wanted to mention. Shout out to, hold on, let me get the name right. Eden Valley Adventures. And he's a guy who like rides a 125 scooter, and he's not too heavy into tech, so he's come up with a really unique way of navigating when he goes out, because he doesn't have a GPS. And he goes into Google Earth and he takes screenshots of all of the junctions on the journey he's about to take. He says most of the time he can remember where he's going, but if he does sort of lose his way, he just goes into his camera and or telephone and checks the screenshots, and I think that's a rather unique way of doing it. And it's just to get away from the dependence on... I'm bloody wrong here, aren't I? I'm bouncing around all over the place again. Sorry folks. Caravan site. I don't remember a bloody caravan site unless it's new. It's been a while since I've been here. Yeah, I think that's a rather unique way of navigating and not having to be dependent on GPS. Okay, well, the beachfront is actually right in front of me, but it's not down there. I think I'm going to go off here, so we're going to follow the arse of this bus now. Oh, there's a over here's a little miniature golf course. I remember coming there a few times, so it is down this way. So anyway, if I just follow this road here, we'll come to it, because it's right at the end of the road. The Klitterhus is right at the end. Or Klitterhus, there's going to be a lot of innuendo with this post. Tojj29, mate, you'll have a field day with the comment section, I reckon. But we will find it. The mysterious Klitterhus. What a name. I wonder if the person who came up with and named it thought that's got to go down in history, that is. And it's kind of a sort of a bit of a local joke. These houses are beautiful down here, but they must be so expensive this close to the beach. You can smell the ocean really strong. What a beautiful day, actually. Oh, that's the other thing I'm doing. I'm actually testing, I've got some ND filters at last, so I'm testing an ND32, and I'm hoping it's going to be nice and should give a richer colour. We will find out, won't we? I'll probably discover now I haven't taken off some sticky protective plastic, and it's going to be as fuzzy as hell. Are you going to go forward as well? Go on, go to the right. Go on, bugger off. No, you're going to go all the way up, aren't you? She said. But I'm pretty sure... Oh, right, this must be where I came off. That should have been where the roundabout... I should have gone to the right. Yes, yes. We got lost on the way to it. All dirty comments can be left in the comment section below. I'm hoping that it's a little bit windy, actually, so I'm hoping that the wind isn't going to be too much. A fellow biker! He's been out there. He's on his way back. He had a smile on his face. He must have found it. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. Now I know where I am. Yes, it was. I should have gone right at the roundabout up there. It's up here on the left. You can see it through the trees there. God knows how far this bus must go all the way there then. Yeah, because this is actually like a whole sort of famous beach, well, famous, well-known beachfront. So obviously this is where the people come out and drop off, go to the beach with the kids and that sort of stuff. There's the bus stop in front. There it is. Yeah. But I'm not going there. I'm going up here. And that there in front, ladies and gentlemen, is Klitterhus. Ooh, Mrs. sounds like. And it is actually open for dinner time, so I'm not going to go in there and disturb people, which is unusual for me because normally I quite like disturbing people. But yeah, beautiful old place it is, and the whole opposite side of that, which goes out into, shows the ocean, is all a big glass front and that sort of stuff. Beautiful there, sit there and look out, especially on a day like this. You can see the treetops are not actually that windy, so hopefully it won't blow into the mic too much. Anyway, let's get up there, and I will reveal something here before this bus comes. I think I'll keep my crash helmet on. I can't be bothered to wander around with a camera on a selfie stick. This is how it's spelt anyway, so it's not spelt like what we're imagining. The V at the end is for Vägen, which means road. Here's Vulcan is like a beachfront here. Name of it on the left hand side. Strand is like a town that is up that area. There's the centre of Ängelhom, so it's 3.5 kilometres away. And Råbäcka, that's where I went wrong and came into, yeah, and then had to turn right and go along the beachfront. But here it is, a whole giant signpost designed just for the Klitterhus, and that's how it's spelt. So, proof, lads, we can find it as long as we've got a signpost for it. There's the beachfront, you can see. There's the building that's over here. People are going to wonder what the hell I'm babbling about now. But, yeah, they're all having dinner and that. This line here that you can see there, just shows that it's quite a very, very shallow gradient out. And it's this that I've talked about before in my... Ängelhom sits here on the map. And these are the two peninsulas. So it's going to be like that. This one here, if you remember my previous videos, is where the lighthouse is. And I did that journey all the way out to the lighthouse. Hopefully we'll be able to see it today. And this is out, well, it goes out to Strand. And Ängelholm's in this area here. So let's get up here and have a look. Yeah, I can feel the wind's a bit stronger. Hopefully the air is clear and we can see something. Yeah, we can a bit. That's pretty good. Don't go slipping over on the sand now. Oof. No traction. Actually, if I put my visor down, then hopefully the wind won't disturb the microphone. And you'll get more slurpage. Oh, actually, can have a shout out to the bearded drifter who rides his motorbike around to Second World War, yeah, bunkers and that sort of stuff. Sees if they're still around. That's actually a Second World War bunker there, but you can't really see anything from this side, that side, or the other side, because it got sort of knocked out on the inside and turned into a bar. So there's actually a bar there, and they do hot dogs and beef burgers and that in the summertime. And this is the whole beach that goes all the way round, as you can see. They're over there. That's the peninsula that I told you about, and that's where we went for the lighthouse. And as you can see there, it's quite hilly and rocky, and you can actually do rock climbing out that area. I've actually lifted my visor up because it's quite warm, even though it's a bit windy. Yeah, this goes out. You might be able to pick it up. I don't know, but there is actually quite a dark line and then the sea colour changes as the gradient goes down. It doesn't actually get that deep out there. I know, because this is where I took my diver certificate, my Pardy diver certificate. It gets down to, I think, on average about 16-18 metres, and certain little areas it might get down to about 20. Which is, you know, when you're actually in the water at that, then it seems a bloody hell of a long way down. But it's, when it comes to ships, of course, it's not that deep. There's quite a lot of wildlife out there that's unique to Sweden. There are jellyfish that we get here, clear ones, see-through, and they've got like a I think they have like a red star in the centre, or sometimes like a purple star in the centre, like veins. But there is actually out there a red jellyfish called, I think it's manet is jellyfish. And bren means burn, because they are actually poisonous. They really do sting you. And they're about this size, and they've got quite long tentacles off, and the tentacles have got like an acidic sort of barb that brushes against you and like sticks into your skin. And when I was taking my certificate off the end of that peninsula, I actually swam into some, because you can't see their tentacles, you can only see their bodies, and it went right across my face, and suddenly I was down in the water getting this real horrible burning sensation. But we've been prepped about what to do if that happens, and there isn't really anything you can do apart from keep rubbing your face with seawater, if you're underwater, of course, and there's lots of it, and eventually it will lessen. But it'll take a couple of hours before it goes, and you will sort of swell up a bit. It feels like really intense sunburn. There's also out there a type of, I think it's like about that long, like an S shape, and it looks a bit like a sort of an elongated seahorse, which I've actually seen out there as well when diving. They're very pretty to look at. There are occasionally porpoise out at the end as well, and once I remember I heard reading in the newspapers that a walrus had come into this bay area, which is pretty cool. Occasionally there are orca, because the what's it called, the Gulf Stream, the warmer water goes past this area, and you know, they get lost sometimes. So that's out there, and this is where we came down with our cans and that, and just stripped off and went running into the water, and it was a beautiful night. It wasn't like this, it was almost like glass, it was, the water, and a beautiful starry night, which is obviously why they decided to come out and go skinny dipping, because it was such a perfect evening. And we all ran out there, and with the girlie and the 2 beers and starry night and warm water, and yeah, it was as close to heaven as I think I've ever come. Great stuff. So yeah, there it is, Klitterhus. And Vejbystrand area off over here. Really pretty. Yeah, so that's that done. We found it, guys. Oops, he goes and falls off down into that. Job done. That's what I wanted to do when my bladder became too full up, because I walked around Biltema too long in the last video, trying to find that 12 volt out for the battery capacity, which I haven't found anything yet, and it's killed it. It has killed it. The hand grips, the heated hand grips. I managed 4 days of almost like half an hour in the mornings at full power, and when I came to go home from work the other day, it wouldn't start, so I had to leave it at the factory and charge the battery up. So I know where I stand with it now. The distance of travel backwards and forwards just isn't enough to charge the battery, and with the LED lights on and my heated hand grips, it just knocks the battery out. But yeah, there we go. Oh, one thing I will explain as well. Klitterhus does actually mean something in Swedish. Klitterhus means dune, as in sand dunes. So this is actually DunesHouse. So yeah, there you go. That's what it actually means. And they sometimes get full of sand, as you know. Right, folks. Lights off. Job done. I shall keep this one short because I'm about to trundle off home now, and I'll catch you in the next one, folks. So cheers and have a good one.